Hi, you all. Welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a collective reading. So let's get into it here. I do have a clothing line, so be sure to check the description box below. I have an Instagram and a Facebook. Okay. And my fall collection is coming out pretty soon. We are in August. It's coming out in October. I'm really excited to is it announce it? I'm really excited to show it to you guys. Okay, I'm really excited to show it to y'all. To you all. I do have my fall collection sneak peek, okay, on my Facebook, so be sure to check that out as well. And those of you who's been following me and liking and everything, thank you so much. All right, so let's see what's going on with the collective. I kind of want to do a read between you and your person, because I keep tapping into like, okay, you and your person, like, do I want to do a read for you or do a read for your person? So let's see what just comes out. Okay. 7 of Wands. This is a very combating energy. People don't like what your person's doing with you. The actions, initiations that they're doing. They don't like it. Okay, Ace of Wands. They have this like pretty big idea with you. 8 of Pentacles. Oh. So they're mastering what they was mastering with you. It's interesting. They're mastering what was mastering with you here, and people don't like it. I'm hearing this sounds like a rhetorical question. Like, this sounds like what? Like, what are you talking about? Okay, clean it up. So your person's ignoring. They're ignoring this person. They're ignoring them. Because they're like, I've been working on this. You've always had a problem. Queen of Cups here. Collective, this is you. You're going right in. You're walking right into what your divine masculine wants you to walk into. You're walking right into whatever that they've been working on. Okay. What is this person working on? Because what is this 2 of Wands energy? Ace of Wands. I'm taking that. Round and round. Between worlds. $25. This could be something about French, because I'm thinking about a French song. And one more card for round and round. I feel I want to be higher power here. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever this energy is between you and your person, whatever they've been mastering, I feel like either people could be saying for this person to not do it because it's not in your best interest. Okay. But then again, I'm also seeing Spirit is saying, yeah, we have to be fair turned around. Like, there has to be, I don't know. I don't like it. And then even, because also too, the Fibonacci sequence is here. This is a spiral, right? That's the Fibonacci sequence. That's the flower of life. That's the existence of life. So this is something that your person is putting you down a path where it happens to everybody. It's a universal energy. And I don't like this energy. What does this person want? Tell me more about round and round, higher power. Knight of Swords here. It's aggressive. It's argumentative. It's, if you guys, and the Queen of Cups is sometimes a baby mama. Okay, so somebody's trying to put you, somebody is trying to start arguing with you. Okay, they want to argue with you. They doing it on purpose here, and they're gonna make you a baby mama. They are trying to break up with you. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. Okay, they're trying. This could be your mother too. Like you can see that your mother or your sister, they're very confrontational. They're doing it on purpose. They know that they're coming off aggravating, annoying, and they know it's gonna piss you off. So you probably walked away, stayed away from them. But if you walk away, you stay away from them, and you come back to them and they still acting like this, I would say maybe you need to start thinking about like permanently walking away, cutting your losses, and possibly like, you know, doing that. Because them continuing to go down this path here, it's just going to like, you know, create their destiny and bring you down a destiny where they want you to be. Does that make sense? You're going to go down a path where they want you to be. Okay, so if you look like a baby mama, you look like a baby mama. If you look like a baby daddy, you look like a baby daddy. And all the honesty, what the baby mama, what the baby daddy is, it's somebody who's always arguing. They're not seeing eye to eye. Okay, and it could be so straight up to the point where the person is doing things on purpose, and you can't even call this person out. You can't call this person out, and because this person's always agitating. They're always agitated, and it's just like, okay, so how can I say something? How can I? And they're like, well, you can't say shit to me. But I feel like if your parents or if a higher party was involved, they won't be doing that stuff to you. So this is this is overall like a sneaky person. Okay. The cherry is in reverse here, so I do see with higher power and round and round. I am seeing like the masculine energies are coming out. So your father, your brother, another masculine energy is going to be stepping in or getting involved, and they're gonna see that this is not okay. Okay, they're gonna see that this is not okay. Right behind the cherry here, we have the moon here and the 8 of cups. This is somebody that knows, because they like, I know what it's supposed to sound like. I know what it's supposed to look like. Okay, and I feel like there's something off with the path that you're going down. Okay, and they're not wrong. Okay, what does this person want from the collective? What does this person want with the collective? We have the 6 of Wands here. They want people to see that they brought you down this path. So they want the clout. They want if this person sees that being a baby mama, being a baby daddy, or being married, or I would say like if you are married, if you are pregnant by this person, I ain't getting a good vibe. Okay, I'm definitely getting like it's going to go in a classic, in a negative sense. Okay, it's maybe you should really start thinking. Okay, 6 of Wands energy. This is about, hey, I'm actually made him a baby mama, baby daddy. I actually, you know, got married to her. I got married to him, and look, I finally did it. Okay, something, I don't know. Y'all looking like what y'all looking like. And people, so the 7 of Wands here, people are actually telling this person, and they're actually doing it, like, they're actually in the right. Telling this person, hey, don't do that to this girl. Hey, don't do that to this guy. Okay? Because they're all sensing not a woman, they're sensing a man. And they're like, oh, you on your high horse, huh? I'm not gonna lie, this is like maybe an energy where it's like, maybe this person's gonna get punched in their face. Okay? Maybe this is somebody that is going to be, you know, pressing charges or something like that. Okay, I'm also getting like somebody who was helping somebody look for a job. They like, oh yeah, you can hang around my girlfriend. I don't want her. And they're going to be flirting. They like, oh, you a flirt, right? You don't give a fuck, right? When you with this girl, when you with this guy, right? So you're going to have to, you know, I'm going to take you out with my girl. I'm going to take you out with my mans. And I know you a huge flirt. And she got a nice ass. She got nice titties. That's what you like, right? Just to piss your ass off so you can be a single mom or single dad. I'm not gonna lie, ninjas is like this. And it's crazy. Ninjas just like this. That's why I don't go for the guys that I said I don't go for. I don't go for no black man. Okay? I don't go for no black man, and I don't go for no. And I'm just saying, with my history and how I grew up, I don't want nobody having no damn wandering eye. I don't want to do that whole dressing up, and I look a certain way. Ninja, you look better than me, and you're not even taking care of your kids, and you think you're going to come back to the game and take care of your kids? When I look the way how I look, and then you want to go outside, and then you want to come back home and be like, oh yeah, that's my girl, that's how my girl look when you looking better than me. It got nothing to do with looking better than me, but bitch, health is wealth. Bitch, I don't look healthy. Then I got to put on some damn wig, and then I'm over here programming my child to be aggressive because I'm yelling at my child. Ninja, you should be here too. Like, they just don't do shit. I'm not going to hold you. You don't do shit. I'm like, look at the way you look. You look droopy. Like you want dope all the time or some shit like that. What's wrong with you? You need to look up. Like you want crack or something like that. Like you need to be up. You need to be close as a motherfucker. You need to say something, be involved. You need to get there. You're not. I'm not going to say you ain't going to never catch me, but you ain't going to never catch me with one. I'm not going to lie. People try to convince me and everything. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. And the closest I've done something is make out with, I don't even know if he was black, but he looked dark skinned. He looked black. And my whole time I was just like, oh, I kind of, I'm not going to lie, I regret it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he was wow, like for real. No, I'm not gonna lie. It's just this is one of those things. You should trust your gut. You should trust what you feel. Okay, and I'm not saying it's all black guys. Some of you guys, y'all already know I don't fuck with them, but we are friends. We're cool. I can talk to you. Hi and bye. How's your day? Don't hit on me. And I be feeling bad too because some of them be hitting on me outside. Like they be not hitting on me. Let me choose my words wisely because some of them, they be flirting with me outside. And I be feeling bad for them because I'm like, no chance. Like you don't even know. Like there's no way. And I know people because I'm with a Hispanic boy right now. I'm with a Puerto Rican boy right now, right? We're a Puerto Rican man right now. So, like, I know people are waiting. Like, I feel them holding their breath. Like, are you going to, finally be open to dark-skinned brothers, okay? And it's just weird calling you my sister and my brother when we fucking. Like, come on. Could you, be obvious about incest or not? Like, it's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's not even just the words they use. Like, I'm half black, by the way. Okay, so because I'm like, oh, okay. No, but like I know people holding their breath and they like, oh, if this don't work out between you and this guy, like, are you gonna go back to are you gonna go to an African? No. You probably gonna see me with a white boy, a white man. But even that, I fuck with them. I'm cool with them. We're great. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then and he will know that I do not fuck with them white bitches, and you will not catch me you will catch me being nice to them, but not nice the way you think. And he gonna know that. He gonna be like, she don't like you, okay? And mostly all the white boys that I've met, they all got that look with white bitches. They just be like, look, okay, like, you know what I'm talking about. But if I end up being with a white man and stuff like that, he gonna know. The one that I'm with right now, they just waiting. I'm not saying I don't be with him and stuff like that, but I'm just saying or another Hispanic, I would probably be with an Asian guy, but I was going to be with a Chinese guy, and I don't think I'm gonna go back. I don't think I'm gonna. It's not. I'm okay. I feel like my cup is filled with that. An Indian guy, no. I think I got a type. White boy, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, and that's it. I'm not gonna lie. Half white, half black, but my ex-boyfriend was half white, half black, and Dominican boys, I'm okay. I think it's just white, Puerto Rican boys, and I keep saying and like it's something else, and it's nothing else. Like, why? But yeah, now I don't like this person. This is somebody that's bringing you down, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Six of Wands energy, I don't like it. And you know, they dreams is not even coming true like that, because spirit is like, you keep going down a path where people just keep telling you not to do something, and they keep going down that road. Okay, and the higher power is saying, listen, you're getting what you want from time to time, but it's not, you're not getting to the Six of Wands energy. You're not getting to the bag. This is what you want. Where's things heading? Where are things heading with the collective, with this person? Ooh, Eight of Cups here and the Knight of Pentacles. This right here, remember when I was saying like, this masculine energy that's coming in, they know what to expect. Eight of Cups here and the Knight of Pentacles. This is when you start seeing shit. When shit start making sense. Cherry in reverse here, the Knight of Swords. That's basically the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, if there is not a lot of arguing or initiations or aggressiveness here, then that would be the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody is treading lightly. This is somebody that is always right. Slow and steady wins the race. Turtle and the rabbit. Okay, they're practical. And this is somebody that is moving into an energy of letting go of things that doesn't serve them. Right? This is where things are going. It's a very, some of you guys are like, oh, well, that's boring. Some of you guys may click off, but that's boring. But it's like, it's pretty rough out here, Joe. For real. Jody, baby boy, it's pretty rough out here. Tyrese, it's pretty rough. Whatever this Six of Wands is, whatever this Seven of Wands here and the Six of Wands, you ever been in that energy? It's fucking loud. That's like you in a house and you mad loud people. It's a fucking parade. Loud people as a motherfucker outside. It's a lot. You get into A to B here, and then you finally come out of the storm. You finally come out of the, you know, the parade, and then it's like, you know what? Let me fix myself. Let me fix. Okay. Let me instead of going in that direction with the crowd, I'm gonna go in a new direction next time, you know. But yeah. And is this person still gonna have its intentions in the end? Because I wanna know that. I feel like I'm hearing yup, and I'm seeing this person saying yup. They're still gonna be like this. Ace of Pentacles. If they have this opportunity, they will. And this is somebody, yeah, you want to be practical. Yeah, you want to, you know, control the scene and not be in and have an argumentative situation here. So this person, they're going to try to probably attack you with your money, opportunity, and support. This is that type of shit when somebody don't show for your graduation. Yeah, I'm salty about that. Okay, but somebody don't show for your graduation. Somebody don't, when you need $5,000, this person like, oh, I don't got $5,000, and they blow all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that shit. Oh, but I needed the, I don't know. Okay, King of Swords here. This is somebody that is, you know, studying you. They listening to you. They heard you. Okay, that's the King of Swords here. This is somebody that's a mediator. This is somebody that, you know, oh, this is that shit where it's quiet, you know, where y'all just co-parenting or y'all living together. Okay, but y'all not together with the King of Swords here. So they fuck with your opportunity, fuck with your money. That's the type of motherfucker that y'all dealing with. They heard you. They just like, bitch, I don't like you because I want to make you a single mom. I want to make you a single dad. I want you to be on your own. I want to get to A to B. I want to get that clout. All that marriage shit, all that, oh, best friends forever, all that, this and that. Bitch, I heard you. Like I said, you know, if your parents do, because y'all probably like, oh, that bitch, they really violated me, this and that and third. Yeah, they did, and they do it on purpose. Don't ever let a man tell you he don't love you more than once here. And if you said something the first time, best believe they heard you the first time. That's how you need to be moving, okay? And then you need to, if they didn't hear you the second time, then you got to give it the benefit of the doubt here. But honestly, you really need to, when you say that shit the second time here, then you could say permanently. With this energy, you could say permanently that this person hurt you and they fucking with you. So what you gonna do? Y'all not in Cancers anymore. And when y'all dealing with energies like this is motherfuckers that hurt you and they just act ditzy. Or sometimes they just get real bold because it's like, bitch, did you hear me? Okay? That's how them white girls be moving. And that's why you got to be like, be real, move rude as a motherfucker to their ass. I'm telling you. Some of you guys, y'all want to have white girls around y'all. I be seeing some of them have white girls, and the white girls be looking, you know what I'm saying? And it's not all of them. I kid you not. It's not all of them. When they professional and y'all chilling, y'all vibing and shit like that, that's when, you know, it's cool. But when y'all want to be, when they friends and they looking like gold diggers, they seeing gold in their eyes, you know, you know, that's when you need to nine. That's when you need to pipe down, Poppy. That's when you need to pop down, Joey. Cinnamon bun, okay? That's when you need to pop down, cinnamon bun, for real. Somebody's nickname is cinnamon bun. I felt like I was eating cinnamon bun earlier. That was so good. But for real. And it's not just what white girls too. African women. I keep referring to like feminine energy. Okay? Side chick, side dude's energy. So I wouldn't say this person that you're dealing with is a side chick or side dude, but it kind of makes me feel like this person is getting really frustrated. Like, okay, so now I'm getting to a side chick or side dude. You know why? Because and when this person was supposed to leave you as a single mom, a single dad, or you know, without a job, or they were supposed to do something to you here, that was supposed to be, this is the time where they supposed to be meeting their side chick or their side dude. They supposed to be talking. Now you're getting them mad because they missing their opportunity. That's what the fuck this shit is. And this person just can't up and leave because then the bitch. This person just can't up or leave because this person would be like the person that they want to talk to, the vibrational frequency or the energy that they want to be in. People would be like, bitch, why you over here? You did not get that clout. Okay? You ended up being an abuser. You ended up being spat on. You ended up cheating. You ended up, you know, having some infidelity, and you want to sit in here and smile on my face and still help people look for a job, look for a home, look for a company. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, who the fuck? You didn't have that shit well. That's why this person ain't going nowhere. Tell you more about this Ace of Pentacles. That's sad. 2 cards wants to come out here. 3 of Wands in reverse here. And we also have the Lovers here. Damn. You know what? This is turning out in your favor. We got the Knight of Cups here. Somebody's a little too luscious, too happy. Gemini energy. Okay? This opportunity didn't come in because y'all still being practical up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still like, okay, I'm walking. Then you meet somebody, okay? You could be working at a job or a company or whatever. If you end up meeting the King of Swords here, that's the man, that's the woman that your person's supposed to be in, okay? Don't be fucking with that person, okay? You're supposed to be in energy. When you have this Ace of Pentacles energy, you're supposed to be in energy with 3 Wands in reverse here and the Lovers here. Y'all feeling a certain vibration or frequency. Y'all feeling another person come in. And that's the person where they're going to show you some things, okay? They're going to show you some things here. Knight of Cups here. Overall energies and Knight of Cups here. Y'all having fun when your heart and your sleeve. I really love this job. I really love this company. Okay, I'm just doing my thing. 5 of Swords energy. Strategizing. Queen of Swords energy. Interesting. The twist is y'all probably might be the counterpart to the King of Swords, though. But not supposed to be this person. Interesting. You kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm thinking out loud. Okay, I'm thinking out loud. Tell you more about the Lovers. I'm hearing Copernicus. The sun is out. What's the Lovers? 2 of Pentacles. Or the King of Pentacles. Didn't see that coming. But I feel like with the King of Pentacles here, you shouldn't be taking that person serious with the Ace of Pentacles. Because you're like, I am the Pentacles. This person's coming off a little arrogant, narcissist. 5 of Pentacles here. Okay, so you have to choose before you even, like, see this person. Like, you have to choose to not... I mean, if I just heard somebody say, like, oh, can I play with words? So if you say, like, if you be like, okay, you know, like, just a tip, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to convince yourself type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a tip. Oh, you know, I'm just gonna, like, put it in slightly, just a tip. You know, type shit. You know, I'm just going a little bit, and then you just, you know. So like, we know it's you. Okay, but anywho's, I'm just saying, like, you could be like, well, you know, I already know, and he already, and she already, you know, and it's a vibe, and, you know, I don't mind just, like, you know, just going towards it a little bit, talking about it a little bit, thinking about it a little bit. Like, you playing with words. Wheel of Fortune want to show out, like, the universe is like, you do that shit, we still gonna manifest that shit for you. It's a little bit, it's like a little bit, just a tip. With the Strength card here and the Two of Pentacles, it's really loud. You know that this shit is like not no just a tip type shit. You know that. Okay, so don't play yourself. Okay, be honest. You know that it's just not just a tip here. If y'all don't know this in life here, because this be that shit where y'all making moves. Y'all right now in the house, y'all go outside right now and y'all be feeling like people, you know, they like you, they attracted to you, right? What you feel like, or what you feel is the Six of Wands energy with this energy of like, I don't feel right about you, you know, flirt with me, like, where is this, you already know, right? But then you meet somebody and you're like, oh, this person's really nice, they're assertive, this and that and third. I'm walking away from things that doesn't serve me. King of Swords, so you see that this person's assertive, but then you're like, you know, if this person leaves or if we don't work out, you could feel that other energy. That's the more simplest way to explain this energy. And that one you don't really see, okay, but that's the direction you need to go towards, okay? Because you continue being with this King of Swords here, no, they don't like you. Now they can switch their energy. They can switch their energy, but I really feel like this motherfucker really don't plan to. Okay? Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles and the Strength. Time to go. I told you, and we have thinking or thinker. Time to go. We got 35 and 34. We got 39. I told you, just a tip. That's the observer, just a tip. You know what I'm saying? I told you. Time to go, thinker and observer. And we could cut every other deck here. We have message in a bottle, right? We could cut this, you know, this deck here by the book here. You ain't doing shit by the book. This is, it's like, I did that because it's like to show you like, oh, because I felt like it's something about like, oh, you pull out a card, you easily say that, oh yeah, that was the message. But if I'm saying you leaving, there's a choice, this and that, and then we have time to go, chick. that's not like, oh, you're connecting with it. No, that's very specific. Okay. That's very specific. What's going on with this King of Swords here? Because I feel like this King of Swords knows everything, but they like, I don't got no proof. Okay, we have to the sea here by the book. So this is a King of Swords that's going to end up, like minding their business and being traditional. Like I said, King of Pentacles. They're giving off a King of Pentacles vibe, but they really don't want to be with King of Pentacles. We have milk and honey too. There's no place like home. So they're going to find where there's like an inner home type situation with them. Okay? Because it's like they're sitting at home, they're doing what they're doing here, but you're out and you're being in this like twinkle in the eyes, right? You have like this twinkle, twinkle little star. And they sense that. But they're like, I have no proof that you're cheating on me. I have no proof that you want to leave. I have no proof that you're thinking or just a tip type situation. I have no proof. Okay? Tell me more about this Lover's energy. Time for a nap. And with the Observer card here, he was looking, this guy was looking, well, the animal was looking at the moon. They were looking at this. So whatever you're observing here, you're looking at the right one. So it's not the King of Pentacles, it's not the King of Swords here. And I feel like with the King of Cups here, I'm scared because it's like the King of Cups, isn't he the friend from the last read? So the only king that's there is the King of Wands here. But the King of Wands, your person was moving in their energy, but that wasn't your person. Or this King of Wands is probably the Emperor. Over our energy, we have building blocks here. So right now, this person's sleeping. Right now, this person's sleeping. The things around them is sleeping. They're just really comfortable, calm, and chill. You have Imagine here. This person, something about the crescent is significant here. There's a lot of, subconscious shit going on here. So this person senses you. They see you popping up. They see the signs of synchronicities here. They see that you're also in this energy of just a tip. I'm gonna be real. Even if this person had a homeboy or homegirl here, they ain't saying shit because this person's like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know myself. So I can't tell you that she or he is, you know. Then they also got this fox on them too. So this is somebody that's also telling them like, hey, don't go towards her. Don't go towards the collective. Hey, you should stay over here and sleep with me. Like, that's his energy. That's interesting. I get a card for time for a nap. Six of Cups energy. This is somebody that's hanging out with friends, paying attention to their kids, thinking about their childhood here. They're having a lot of fond memories about it too. King of Cups, I told you. This is somebody that's remembering a lot of fond memories about a friend. This person could be feeling like that they're gay, or they're thinking about your ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend here. This person could have also passed away too as well. Why is this person in this nap energy? I'm not gonna lie, like, why is this person in this nap energy? Happy, happy. They're happy. Imagine. Okay. This person needs to figure out what's their 10 of Cups here. And you're coming up in the energy to be a vibrational match for their 10 of Cups. When that happens, that usually is something that's going to take a year or 2 years, or a year and a half. So this may be a whole year that you come in contact with this vibrational frequency. You guys could be coming across this energy, and you could be in different places here. A lot of you guys could be in the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles, because it's harder to release, you know, rather than, you know, intake. Like, we eat food, it's so great, but then we shit, that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? And depending on where your shit is at, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a lot of fiber, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna hurt. But when you pass this energy and you pass that vibration, you know, and you be like, okay, just a tip or something, it's just like, you know, subconscious, because this person's in the moon energy, so things may be happening subconsciously for you as well. You guys may end up being like, oh, like, you know, we really mesh, really, we're like doing a lot. You know, so we're saying like, we're really connecting, we're really vibing. And this, like I said, this person trying to find their 10 of Cups here. I'm not gonna lie, this person is gay. They're giving off like gay energy, lesbian energy, but they're not gay. Okay, I feel like the person that they're thinking about is gay, but or lesbian, but they're not gay. They're not gay. This person could be off having their child or had kids, or they could be hanging out with somebody else here, and that's actually the person that they should be hanging out with. Okay, I feel intuitively, and they were trying to figure out like, okay, so what's the deal between me and you? Like, are we like, why does it feel like this is right? Because I was with this other person, and it wasn't, you know, like it was kind of feeling like, you know, this nap time and the time for a nap here. This person at place where they was like had story eye towards the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is like, okay, yeah, I feel it, but it's like a balance between this King of Cups and whoever that this person's with. This could be like the King of Cups and their child, King of Cups and somebody that they was a childhood friend with, or they feel like that's maybe that's their best friend. I don't know. But with you, this is a build of the 10 of Cups. Okay, yeah. And you may be like, okay, so what is this other person going to do if I leave? Or if I, you know, they're just going to end up doing things by the book, doing in a traditional sense here. 7-Eleven could be significant here. They may work at 7-Eleven. This person may end up, you know, working at a traditional job. They may end up working at City Hall, and while marrying people, marriage certificates and stuff like that. They may do stuff like this. They lost. Honestly, they lost because this person's been doing a lot of vindictive, manipulative things and saying like, you know, bitch, I just want to have the clout. And they never got that. So they're just going to chill until they find somebody else that they could do this with. And that's it. And I feel like by the time that happens, because you made this person skip on opportunity with this side dude here, you know what I'm saying? Like, by the time that happened, it's not happening. They may get the guy, may get the girl, but then they be like, I'm going to just tolerate you. And it may happen to this person again. Magician. Yeah, temperance here. This is about creating just a balance. Creating a balance here, living a normal life, and that's it. It just, I mean, it's pretty sad. While you are connecting with somebody else to go get this Ten of Cups energy, you and it's the person, because they're such a dickhead, this is somebody that's living a traditional life, working a 9-to-5 job, you know, just balancing their life, etc., etc. That's it. And it's pretty sad because it's like, what's the Six of Pentacles energy anyways? Like, what is this? What's the Six of Wands energy? No place like home. Exchanges of gifts. I told you. They want the clout, and we have behind that, we have the tribe and poised. They want people to see them be like where, okay, like I said, like if you're a baby mama, baby daddy, and this person wanted to leave you like a baby mama, baby daddy, this person will put you, this person would be with a side chick or a side dude, and this bitch would be like very sexy, very, she would be like a hoe, he would be like a hoe. But then this person would be like, okay, well, she a hoe, or he's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's okay. You know, because I'd rather have a hoe than somebody that's, you know, going up my ass and around the corner arguing me just when I come inside of the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people in their crib or in the neighborhood or where they're at here, they be like, word, that's us too with our second baby mama. That's us too with our second baby daddy. That's us too with, you know, with this, because, you know, that, and they be like, oh, and it's just honestly pretend. This person just wants to be in the crowd, and it's not even true. It's not even true. It's just wanted to be there. Make it seem like they of importance here, and you not, and you want some weird shit, you want some demon time, and you not. You're not the problem at all, and they making you look like you're the problem. But they never got this here, because your ass is apparently cheating on them. You know, I'm not gonna lie, in poised energy. Your ass is cheating on this person, and whatever the Six of Wands energy, you're getting it. So you're getting the tribe, you're getting exchanges of gifts, you're getting the poised energy, and you're getting no place like home. You're just like, you just don't recognize it. You're just like, what is this feeling? What is this energy? Like, what is this? And some of you guys, you may be aware of it, and you're just like, okay, it's just going to take some time, but you don't know when the time is. But you just like, what the fuck? Person looking sad, like, Gary, come home. You know, because you in the vibration frequency, and you leave and you changing the shit like that. Excuse me, you changing the shit like that. I'm just like, really, you gonna leave? You really need, but wasn't you doing nothing? Like, wasn't you stealing my fucking money out of my wallet? And you talking about, am I really gonna leave? I don't even fucking know that I was in a cheating energy. What the fuck are you talking about? Be spazzing out on them. You stealing money out of the wallet. You was coming home all types of nights. You didn't want to sleep over. You moved out. You divorced me. Now are you really gonna leave? What? All the shit that you're doing to me, and I try so hard to make your ass stay. I try so hard, and you want me to, now you trying to really tell me or bring me to my awareness or bring shit to my awareness that I'm cheating on you. Bitch, you don't even know the dude. I don't even like the guy. You over here running up my motherfucking ear. Like, you know, like, oh, you just need to know. Maybe I should act dumb. Maybe I should act dumb. Okay, because you was going to do it to me, and you still was trying to shoot the shot to do it to me too, but just on a tangible level. Like, come on now, that's fucked up. Some of you guys say this Ten of Cups energy could be the afterlife. This is like some knowing shit here. You guys are going to be taken to another planet or to another dimension, vibration, or frequency where a lot of people are not here. Okay, a lot of people are not there. And, you know, you and this person are being guided to go to, like, Adam and Eve situation here. And you guys are going to go reproduce in that vibrational frequency. Okay, so there is a heaven, but not a lot of people go there. Okay, not a lot of people go where you and this person is going. It's a lot of fucking people on this planet to have only 6 people on this earth to be chosen. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. It's crazy. The Bible is like, oh, people going to heaven, all these people going to heaven. But what if it's not all these damn people going to heaven? What if it's only 6 people going to motherfucking heaven? Now, wouldn't that be something? I bet you a lot of people won't be having gotten all that motherfucking kids. Okay, we have balance. Period. I find balance between each spheres of my life. See, I told you. And then we also got the graph here. I gotta look up that symbol. I gotta look up what this thing is, but they said that, you know, with quasi crystals, or like when you put like points on a graph, you connect them and then you fill in the hole, and you look outside the hole, and it's like geo, or like it's like a, you know, tie-dye print, whatever the shit is. It keeps going, it's infinite. I find a balance between each spheres of my life. I am the master of my daily life. I make time to nourish the spiritual and the physical. I bring love to my world by fulfilling the needs of my body and my soul. You know why you made it to heaven? You know why you made it into this world, or this is a vibration and frequency? Because you was a perfect balance with the human side and the human side. You was a perfect balance with the physical side and the spiritual side. While other people on this planet, there was a perfect balance with networking. Okay? So, I mean, listen. Where they going is somewhere I don't know. Look at that. In God's hands. There you go. See? Look at that. That's how you know this is God. This is God's frequency and vibration. Okay? That's how you know this is God right here, that we in the vibration and frequency of God. I'm telling you. I don't take no overall energies, but we will read this. I always say this and I always take it. Okay? Confirmation. That's another confirmation right there. Let it ring. Let it ring. There you go. All right. So in God's hand, my trust in life is implicit. Sorry, my trust in life is implicit. God's greatest knowing and greatest love guides my heart and my choices. My faith is steady, and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. So it sounds like, honestly, if you believe in heaven, or you're connecting with what I'm saying, okay, the universe, I would say God is putting you in a place where it is like a placeholder. Okay, because if you see the movie Knowing here, the kids look like they were placed there like as a placeholder. Because I don't know if it was me, but I was always wondering, even when I still watch the movie, it gives me a vibe of like, okay, you know what, I think I'm right. Because it wasn't just those 2 kids that he picked up, or that these guys in a suit picked up. They picked up other children too. Okay, where the fuck the other kids was at? Because it made me think that, there are other planets like that one. Okay, and other planets like that one are on those planets. You know what I'm saying? So unless they're on another side of the planet, but it kind of made me think. So I feel like in God's hand here, you guys may be at a place where it's like limbo. Okay, you guys may be at a place where it's like limbo, but you're not gonna be there for long. You're not going to be there for long, because after all of the people that are on these planets are in their position of networking and wherever they're going, because I don't know where they're going. Let's see. Let's figure out. Okay, it's a sphere. So you guys are going in a situation where it's limbo, but it's a sphere. It's in connection to like the geoprint. Okay, or I don't know. It's something that's infinite, right? So you probably time doesn't really exist there. Okay, time doesn't exist there. It's just moments and days, and it's forever going. Now, where's all these other people going that's not chosen to be in God's hands? Okay, we have manifestation of light. They go into the light. So I guess they get reincarnated. Okay, I see the beauty in me. I grow and develop my inner self in harmony with light and beauty. So they made a mistake. I free myself from negativity. My heart transform my heart. My intellect shines and my inner light grows. So these people need to become of the light where you guys are in balance. Interesting. Didn't see that coming. Okay. Over energy, we have action here. My divine action incites love and harmony. I am aware of my thoughts and driven by positive forces. I listen to my heart. My desires to manifest light transforms test into growth and challenge into opportunities, fear into love. I'm not gonna lie, these people that are not listening, these people are being tested. They're being tested. They need to, they path may look a lot more colorful. I'm not sensing reincarnation. What I'm sensing is like a lot more like, I wouldn't say struggle, but it's like they do gotta search more. Okay, they gotta search for God. They have to search to be in God's hands. So like, let's just say, because we are talking about like passing away, right? So when you don't have to take it as passing away, but let's just say there was like one person that was like very holy and the other one wasn't holy. They end up going to heaven, but they end up going into like this geoprint, right? Some that's infinite, time doesn't exist. Like they said about heaven, time doesn't exist, right? It's limbo. And then, when the time comes, you'll end up doing certain things, right? This other energy, I wouldn't say this is hell, because hell, it's infinite. You just go through infinite trauma. It kind of sounds like this, but I will say that their path will be a lot more colorful. Their path will be a lot more colorful, and they do need to find themselves. So they're finishing up what they were doing on this planet into wherever they are going to, when they pass away, they're going to finish it up. They have to learn or identify or go to the light. Okay. Something about God's hands. Like you have to trust that God is with you. Okay. You have to trust that God is with you, that the light is going to bring you into this balance. You guys are already there. So if you passed away and you are authentic and true, and you did everything authentically true and everything on this planet, you're going to end up in balance, which is the geoprint. Okay. What they call that? I feel like, hold on, I really want to figure this out. Hold on. Okay, I found it. Okay, I found it. Okay, so the world that I'm talking about, like the afterlife, this is called a quasi crystal. This is a 8th dimensional crystal that humans have made. Okay, and the quasi crystal, it's an 8th dimensional crystal which casts down to in a shadow. It casts down in a shadow to the 4th dimension. So the people who haven't learned, the people who have to find the lights, still learn about themselves after they leave this planet, or when they leave a chapter. So let's just say, for example, this person cheats on you, you end up finding somebody better, or you end up winning. Okay, this person will go on a path where they don't have anything, but they have just enough to find themselves. So this will be that person or that situation where they're finding themselves. Okay, they're manifesting the light, the truth, taking action. Okay, being a lot more positive because this person cheated on you. This person maybe was doing a whole bunch of drugs. Okay, this person maybe like ran away or something like that. This person could have like, I don't know, I'm just thinking more on a simplistic level. Okay, and that's where they're going here. So they're going in a shadow energy where it's 4th dimensional. Like I said, it's a lot more flashy. We live in a 3-dimensional lifestyle world. We live in a 3-dimensional energy, okay, where I think it's 4th-dimensional. I think we live in a 4-dimensional, 3-dimensional, but I think it's 4th-dimensional because I always makes this 4-dimensional because of time, okay? Eighth dimension, it's not dealing with time. It's something obviously more than that. In Interstellar, they built a I forgot what dimension they built, but I think they built a 10th dimension. Okay, hold on, let me look this up. Okay, so in Interstellar, it says okay, basically the person that directed and the concept of dimensions extends beyond the familiar three dimension: length, width, and height and time. So they built a fourth dimension, where I forgot her name, but Murphy's law. Okay, they built a fourth dimension. So these beings created a fourth dimension for him to understand like what was really going on here, because obviously if they would have built a dimension, they would have been talking to him, he would have been like, what the fuck are you saying? I don't know what you're talking about. But he knew Morse code, and also he knew his Morse code, and his daughter was the key. So basically how all of this happened, how all this was achievable, was past, present, and future. They built something on the fourth dimensional level where past, present, and future was all located in the same region. He just needed to find things at the right time. Okay? Let me see if we live in a three-dimensional reality. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I was like, we live in a three-dimensional world, but our reality includes a fourth dimension. So the dimension that Interstellar was talking about, this dimension actually included the fourth dimension, but as something tangible, okay, which is pretty cool. Okay, we humans have this ability where we can tap into certain energy, but we can never touch time, like in Interstellar and the dimension, like Interstellar the movie, until now. Okay, so we're tapping into that energy. We're going into that region. White people, I wouldn't say white people, but people who are on a higher frequency have those abilities, but some people are not powerful than other individuals. Okay, but we're going into certain vibrations and frequency where there's a lot of that. Now, now we're talking about the afterlife. Okay, so it's a little different, okay, because it's not linear. Things are not linear, but in the afterlife, the energy that you guys are in, we were right. There is an eighth dimension, okay? There is an eighth dimension, but it's considered like limbo. Since this is giving me the energy of a, what's it called? Mandelbrot set, okay, which is points you put on a grid, and you fill in those points, right? Let's just say you put A, B, C, D to fill in those gaps, fill in those holes, and it becomes infinite. So the guy explained it as if like you're pressing enter all the time, which makes us see like all of these like extravagant shapes and colors. It just goes on and on and on. And they explained that this Mandelbrot set, I'm definitely butchering it. They explained that it is very simple. It's a simple rule. They're concluding that it's quite simple. Okay, that it will be labeled as one way to look at it, or a perception or a view. One way to look at it is like it's quite infinite, right? You have an equation, and then you just keep squaring it, and it just like keeps going on and forever, right? But the simple rule of this Mandelbrot set is the fact that simple rules are quite complex. Like something could be so complex here, but it just comes in basically simple rules. Okay, things could be simple. So this is where you guys are at. You don't need to grow. You don't need to find the light. You're just living in a space where it's kind of like Earth, right? It's just infinite. It goes on and on and on and on. Where this other set, right? Which is where we go into the eighth dimension here, and the eighth dimension casts us down to a fourth dimension, which will be Interstellar. If you have the ability to go back in time, we say it as like, okay, reincarnation, right? We say reincarnation, okay? But if you can go back in time, and which is what the movie explained, if you can go back in time, what would you do different? What message would you send, okay? Past, present, and future. And Murphy, she was going through a bit of a, if you haven't seen it still, I'm butchering it, but I'm definitely spoiling it, so if you don't, just click off at this point. But Murphy, she was really smart. She was ahead of her time. She was very let's just say imaginative, right? Because when you have all these things, you have all quite imaginative, right? So she had all of these, and he ends up sending a message to her in the past. Okay, so this is like before he, went on the mission and everything, all sorts of that sort, right? This is like being at two places at one time, and he technically was in two places at one time, and he filled the gap by going back at that specific moment, okay, creating purpose for what he did in the future, okay, which is so cool the way how we're explaining this. It's so cool, right? Like, because I'm like, oh, okay, so like, okay. So he goes back in time and he ends up telling Murphy, hey, like, they built a system where I can talk to you, and the code is blah 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 blah. She ends up, because she ends up spirit. We see a spirit the same way how he talks to spirits and stuff like that. She sees a spirit. He's like, oh, she quantifies it, and then she learns how to bend matter. Like, matter is on top of the sky and all of this extra stuff here. It ends up being like a whole, like, it's almost kind of like giving the Mandelbrot effect, right? Okay. But one thing I do want to point out too, they did explain that the 8th dimension casts down a shadow, which creates a 4th dimension shadow, which creates a 4th dimension, which is like which is like Interstellar, what the dimension that they created for him to, contact his daughter back in time when she was younger. It creates a sphere. Okay, so when you are at this, when you are in heaven, okay, or when you're in this balance energy or Mandelbrot set, okay, you may not even be there. You may just be in the 8th dimension, and you could be guiding these individuals here to go find themselves, just like in the 4th dimension. But I don't know what's in the 8th dimension. But the 8th dimension, they're saying, is something to do with like the Mandelbrot sets, okay? Something to do with that and where you're going when you are not looking for yourself and stuff like that, okay? It's like you're on top of the 4th dimension. And in Interstellar, that's how they explain it. There were these beings that were watching them, that was watching him from all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Creating this space and time where he can go ahead and go do so, right? It's exactly what I'm talking about with balance and God's hand manifestations of life and action. Okay. Then he also said, the guy said, most likely because the 8th dimension, okay, casts down a 4th dimensional energy, we're most likely in the shadow of a higher dimension. So basically there is light above the dark energy, or the universe, and then we are in a shadow energy, which is why everything is so dark. Okay, it kind of makes sense, because the universe, like, how they say history likes to repeat itself here. Things like to repeat itself on this planet, right? So what we are seeing as light, it can be perceived on the other side as really, really dark, okay? Maybe that doesn't make any sense, but let's just say this is symbolic reasons. Meaning, I would say this about this, okay? Humans, right? Women, we create babies and it's really dark in there, okay? But then they come out and it's really light. So I do kind of believe the 8th dimension and the casting the shadow of the 4th dimension and stuff like that, and the Mandelbrot set here, because the universe likes to be in that Mandelbrot set energy, if you really think about it, but on a more like detailed, slow timing type of situation here. But if something wasn't just colors, when you take a closer look here, all of those things were actually like the universe. Every little thing was like actually the universe. Okay, so something definitely wanted me to remember this here. I don't know if there's like going to be a death or there's going to be, but there's definitely something on the other side. It feels very much like the little details, like when you go look at a Mandelbrot set here, the little details, the little spirals, that's us. Okay, so there are other entities, there are other people, there are other things like us out there. Okay, it may not be a multiverse, okay? It may not be a multiverse, but it is like we are a star to, if you go see the Mandelbrot set and you see all those spirals and everything, there is another thing that is like us, okay? And all that, oh, we're trying to get in contact. There are other things that I try to get in contact with us, but we are so light years, dimensions, all the extra stuff far away. And like I said, out of 6 people out of the billion people on this planet here, that's not a good count. That's not a good count. Okay, so there you have it. All right. But there you have it here. That's not a good count. I really went in to research that shit. I'm not gonna hold you. Like for real. And I'm getting confirmation here because as I'm talking, I don't know if you guys see it, but I'm seeing happy, 6 of Wands energy, poise. Like you are hitting it right on the donkey. That was very professional. That was very clean. You are absolutely correct. Okay, I'm definitely triggering a nationality or a culture. You're definitely in God's hand. This is God's frequency, God's the universe. We're probably, it's probably channeling. You know what we probably all are following? The Mandelbrot effect. Okay, the Mandelbrot. I'm definitely pronouncing it wrong, but the Mandelbrot set. Okay, whatever was created or whatever created that, it has intelligence. It's very much aware. It's creating. It's a sense of conscious state. Okay, and we call it God. It's talking. And it's saying, hey, this is where you're going to go. It's not like I'm lying to you. I'm telling you where you're going to go, okay? If you don't figure yourself out, because I figured myself out. I do look crazy, but I'm not crazy, okay? You know what I'm saying? I do look crazy, but I'm not crazy. You must figure yourself out so that way you can go deeper or you can go wherever you want. It's like flying, okay? You are in God's head. You have to have faith here. You're always going to be catched, but we're going to want to figure out like, okay, so then what's that before that? Okay, that's why we've been trying to figure out, okay, what's God? What's God's problem? But we can never go past God, okay? We go right to God, and we go to Jesus, then we go to humans. We don't go past God. How was God created, or what was going? We don't know nothing about God, but we know where God and Jesus and us come from, okay? And that sounds a lot like the 3-dimensional energy. And now the universe is saying romance is in the air. I love you very much for that. Thank you so much for giving me that knowledge. I appreciate that. I love you too. Okay? I love you too. That was a lot right there. But roses too, for me, is not a good sign sometimes. It usually means like, there's some strings attached to some shady shit there. Like, Rose, where's the keys? Okay? Type situation here. We have bird flying. News is on its way. Okay. So, I feel like this is just something, okay. Well, the Mandelbrot set here, I did say that the shit look crazy, okay? When you look at it, it do look crazy, but that don't mean it don't love you, okay? For me, when I see roses, that means STD, HIV, okay? But like I said, as long as you take care of yourself, or like everybody says, as long as you take care of yourself, take your medications, all that stuff, all is well, okay? Same thing with this rose energy. Bird flying, news is on its way. Now, with this bird flying, news is on its way, okay, and rose energy, this is this person that's not asleep anymore. They in the sleep. They are very much aware. I feel like this is like a soulmate, your life partner. This is where you're getting married. Okay, this is the one. This is deep. I'm gonna hold you. That's deep. Is there anything else that we should know? Because that was a lot. Yeah, so we live in a 3-dimensional energy, but it's time. If it's 4th dimension, if we are dealing with time and we're 3-dimensional, that means that the 4th dimensional is trying to come in. And some people know how to make the 4th dimensional come in, make it more tangible, make it more of a reality. But you know. Okay, we have the star here. This is guidance. This is a wish that's being granted. This looks like a time machine too. Over our energy is the 5 of Wands here. This wish is going to calm everybody down, okay? With the arguing, competition, everything. 6 of Swords here. Yeah, it's going to calm everybody down. It's going to calm you down. Okay. So I feel like this is this new person coming in here. Like I said, this doesn't also have to be like passing away here. It just means that you're going to be in this balance energy. I know you guys have tapped into this energy before. Like, I tapped into this energy before, and it was completely like my brain was throbbing. It was like my brain was throbbing, and I was like, I could feel my eyes like turning, you know, but I was completely like sane and calm and chill, and my ears was like kind of going deaf, you know, but I was so calm and relaxed. Okay, not having a problem. I finished everything. I was successful. Everything was just perfect. Okay, it was quiet. And I was in this energy of like, you know, God was with me the whole entire time. The universe was with me the whole entire time. It was perfect. Some people get to this point like maybe for an hour, but for your whole lifetime to exist there, that's another thing. Okay, what's the star? We have imagine. Exchanges of gifts. Okay, we have imagine. Well, not imagine. Yeah, imagine. Over our energy, we have fork in the road. Yeah, you see how this person is coming up to the moon? You're chosen. This is heaven. This is, you guys, you probably don't know you're going to balance here. Some of you guys are going to balance. You're not going towards manifestation of light. You're not being reincarnated, basically. You're going to go to balance here. You're going to go where, like, you know, all right, now you have finished. Okay, like you can rest now. Okay, you can relax now. You can go to heaven. Everybody else has to make their way. But I know some people on this planet, they're like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But it's like, why you don't want to go? This literally looks like when you start the Mandela broth set here. I don't know why I keep saying the Mandela broth effect. Like it's the Mandela effect. Mandela effect is when something gets smaller, I think. I'm not too sure. You see? Hold on. Okay, so it says the Mandela effect refers to a phenomenon where a large group of people share a false memory of an effect or detail. Okay. But I keep saying the Mandela broth effect. Okay. So if the Mandela effect here, I feel like that's kind of similar. Okay, I feel like so if the Mandela effect is about a false memory or an event, and it says this can manifest as a collective misremembering of a movie quote, a logo, or even a historical event. Okay, if that's that, then the Mandela broth set effect would be like the effect of time, bringing three-dimensional energy, fourth-dimensional energy into the three-dimensional realm. Okay, so it's the effect of the Mandela broth set effect. Okay, it's a state of heaven. It's the other side. It's the origin. Okay, but it's like coming into five senses here. And remember, the Mandela broth set is simple rules. You create an equation like the Fibonacci sequence, and you keep going at it over and over and over and over again. So if you really think about it, everybody on this planet right now is going through the same thing, like humility. Everyone is on the same path. Wait, what does it says? Basically everyone is in the same energy, but are on different paths. Okay, so we're all saying the same thing. We are God's children, or we are one energy split into many different entities experiencing our own reality. Okay, so this energy that we are going to, or we're trying to be guided to go to, whatever the situation is here, we want to go back home. Okay, because the information needs to be retained, or you don't have to do anything. Okay, you could just simply just exist or be. Now, there is like, I want to say something's wrong with the universe, or something's wrong with the world that you're in. I mean, it's not okay to be killing. It's not okay to be the R word. It's not okay to be doing all that. But if you did perceive things in an experienced way, and you wasn't so attached to emotions, because the more emotional you are, the more you are going to create a reality that you may not like from a state of from a point of perception, right? It's like the devil. You're overindulging. That's not where your emotions is for. You're emotional. That means that they're error because you're living in a different state of experience, and that's not the state of experience that you were born into. Specifically, your origin, your gender, right? You know what I'm saying? So this energy, you're going to go back home. You're going to go back to this balance energy, not necessarily home. And you're going to be in this placeholder. You're either going to be helping the fourth dimension, okay, which you will be probably a spirit, okay, or you'll be a vibration or frequency, or you would be an object possibly, okay. And you're going to be helping these individuals find the light. If you don't want to do that, that is perfectly fine. You know, I know some people are like, oh, you know, I'm here. No, you don't have a choice. I know some people, they're like, oh, tables don't have feelings, this and that and there don't have feelings. I know a lot of people, they don't want to go back to this balance energy because they like, okay, well, if we perceive that there's something wrong with the men or there's something wrong with this and that and third, then why would we go back? You would perceive that as like there's something's broken. It's not broken if you're too emotionally attached to what you're too emotionally attached to. If you knew the vibration, if you knew what 369 was, if you knew the rules and regulations, maybe you would understand that you're too emotionally attached to that subject. That's why the crown chakra, it says being spiritual is a high vibrational energy, and you block that by being in an attachment energy. A lot of people are on this planet, they really love to be with their man. They really want to keep their man's attention. They have an XY chromosome, while females have an XX chromosome. That makes us prone to, obviously perception-wise, we look complete, right? We're very masculine, we're very feminine, and we can do a lot more than men. We would perceive that as like, well, something's broken. Or we would perceive that as like, you know, they have advantage while females have a lot more advantage. There is something where there's a lack. Merely from another perspective, from a science or universal energy, it's just an experience. If you just say it's an experience, it's just an experience. It doesn't really have any value or importance just the importance of experience. Now you should be asking, right? Just like if aliens was to come here, you'd be like, okay, why are you here? Okay, that would be the answer, right? You'd be ducking and dodging, or not you, but the aliens would be ducking and dodging. We should be asking, well, why are we having this experience? Some people perceive that the experience is being done because, you know, it's being done because something's broken. In the Bible, okay, since this is the Mandelbrot set, let's just say hypothetically this was it. In the Bible, because we're all just basically saying the same thing, just different things as synonyms, okay, which just changed the games entirely. But so if this was like the Mandelbrot set, you would say, what was I saying? Yeah, you would be saying, okay, so why is there an experience? Okay, what's the experience for? Okay, the Bible. Sorry, you said the Bible. So in the Bible, God created us because he really liked humans, right? He really liked humans. It was amazing. The fallen angels, let's just say the fallen angels were actually people who was in this balance energy, right? I'm hearing congratulations, congrats, right? The fallen angel was in this balance energy. People who have done right? God's right-hand man, all this extra stuff here. This is so crazy because I'm really seeing a vortex right now. Like, I'm not playing. I'm really seeing the graph, and I'm seeing like a world merging into Earth right now. Not a vibration. This is so true. It's really big. Okay, it's like an invasion. Okay, anyways, let me finish. Okay, the fallen angels comes here and they're like, oh, we're watching over the fourth dimension, right? Or we're going to take a little bit out of the fourth dimension. We're going to take a little bit out of the 3 dimension and make it 4th dimension. These are people that are in the Garden of Eden. But my point is, I feel like I'm forgetting my point. My point is, the question that you should be asking is, and it can be perceived as, there is something wrong. There's nothing wrong. Because when God created us, okay, when his balance energy or the Mandelbrot set created us, okay, there was nothing wrong. Okay, I simply wanted to create because I can create. Okay, I was existing, I was there. Wouldn't it be nice to have a XY chromosome and an XX chromosome to create? Okay, let's just say hypothetically, when I wanted them to create in the Garden of Eden, I wanted them to create when, with each other, or maybe the woman could get pregnant on her own, make another own Mandela broth set. Okay, wouldn't that be nice? Okay, but it seems like, with the Mandela broth set and the people who were in this balance here and they fell from heaven, okay, or they fell from this balance energy, that means that when they fell and they watched you guys, or they watched us in the fourth dimensional energy, there's another dimension that I'm sensing here. Okay, there's another dimension that I'm sensing. They're showing me like eighth dimension, but then I see a blur and I see the fourth dimension. So I'm seeing God didn't see this person. God didn't see these falling angels, okay, these balance energies in the third dimension making these decisions. It was only when God came back to the 3 dimension and saw all of this happening, right? In my readings, I've been talking a lot about this knowing energy and everything. It's quite addictive. It's quite like, get to it, right? I've been, and I'm pretty sure everybody's thinking about this too. Remember, we all need to remember, okay? Because the fallen angels, we all need to say no, okay? There's something about now, how about you help me figure out which dimension was it? Was it coming from the 4th, the 5th dimension, 6th dimension, 7th dimension? Was it one of those here? And we are pretty connected to 5th, 6th, and 7th dimension. 7th dimension is the 7th day. The 6th dimension is connected to Lucifer, but that's also on this planet, which is matter, family. And the 5th dimension is chaos. So 7, 6, and 5. That is very significant here. Which dimension was that? Okay, and we have the star here, the 6 of swords, and we have Imagine here. Okay, that's 6. That's 8, 6, and 2. Okay, 8, 6, and 2. The 2 dimension, I don't know. But the 2nd dimension, we have the 1st dimension, which is forward and back. Okay, I think the 1st dimension is just a point. Okay, the 2nd dimension is front and back. Okay, yeah, the 1st dimension is a point. The 2nd dimension is front and back. So if we was following that here, this is you coming into this energy where everybody's going to be happy and save the day, or everybody's going to be happy and move on to this vibration and frequency. Okay, this means that because 7, that's 8, 6, no, sorry, because the star card is 17. Okay, and we got 17 on the clock right now. Excuse me. So that's 8, 6, and 7. So this is the quasi crystal. Okay, the 6 is the 6th dimension, and then we have this 2 dimension. Okay, so this would be front and back. I don't know what the 6th dimension is, but I know the quasi crystal, which is the 8th dimension, casts down the 4th dimension. Okay, so we don't too much know really about dimensions like that, but it does seem like, the dimensions like to play with each other. Okay, they like to overlap is what I'm getting. So because if the quasi crystals with the 8th dimension is casting shadow of the 4th dimension, then that means that there could be some redundancy here, or there's something going on with that. But remember, God he didn't know that the falling angels, his balance energy, which is where you guys are going, was actually corrupting and giving knowledge to us in this kind of way. We were supposed to stay into, God's pretty little, image. Okay, which was the Mandela's broth set. Okay, I keep saying the Mandela effect here. So the Mandela effect could be possibly Lucifer, which is lies, making you think that something is there and it's not there, right? The Mandela broth set is something that is happening over and over and over again. It may be different a little bit here, okay, but it's still consistent, okay? So it's a really interesting energy. I feel like with this energy, to connect it to a more surface level here, You guys are just getting with somebody, like I said, with the Mandelbrot set here. Now that I like got that off my chest here, I feel like I'm gonna say it properly now. This is marriage. Okay, this is marriage. This is somebody that you're gonna always be married to. This person's never gonna leave or anything like that, because this person knows that this is the Mandelbrot set, right? It's continuous and it's never changing. It's the same. We're always gonna keep going in and in and in and in, and we're always gonna. It's very simple. Okay, it's just gonna look a little different. It's gonna be different curls, right? But we're still investing. We're still going in. We're still doing it. That's all that it is. And just be careful to. That's why some people don't respect their parents too as well, with the balance energy, because they're falling angels, right? It would be wise for you guys to, use your intuition and discernment here and to stay in balance. So that means that you have a chance to be next to God. You have a chance, like I said in my last read, when I did the, I saw like the blue and the fog and stuff like that. And I was speaking to, I was saying that I was channeling God. God doesn't mind. The universe doesn't mind. The Mandelbrot set doesn't mind if you talk to it. Okay, if you talk to it, if you converse with it or anything like that, I'm all ears. I'm all open, right? I'm all ears. I'm all open. Okay, just don't end up being like the falling angels. Okay, because we are here because of the falling angels, and we could have been somewhere where we don't have to work all the time, right? We could have been somewhere where we didn't have to have all these diseases and all these problems and stuff like that. But because they taught us, I mean, that's why we're here. And these fallen angels, they wanted to have fun with us. They wanted to have fun. And they wanted to be defiant, and they were very jealous of us. So what happens? We end up having all these diseases and having fun. We go into Solomon and Gomorrah. Okay, and that's not the way to go. Solomon and Gomorrah, you're creating, or you're just going in the same direction of this balance or these falling angels. Okay, and that's what this person, this King of Swords, is doing to you. They keep screwing you over here. They're being controlled by an energy, an entity from the Mandelbrot set. There is an entity, a vibration that is controlling them, telling this person to fuck with you. Okay, these is also people too. You'll meet people who are emotional, and then you'll meet people who are emotionally manipulative. Okay, they are completely sane, but they do it because they just want to. They don't give a fuck. And if this person knows the rules and regulations of this energy and vibration and dimensions, they know that they don't give a fuck, because they already follow the path of Lucifer. That's why they're like, okay, so what religion do you follow? Are you a Republican or a Democrat? Are you a woman or are you a man? That's something that you should not be open about. Okay, you want to be open about your social security, then you should be open about your gender. You should be open about your sexuality. Okay, because there are certain people that follow Lucifer, and there are certain people that follow God. Okay, there are certain people that follow the fallen angels, and there are certain people that follow the Mandelbrot set. Okay, so, and I mean, to be quite honest here, I don't know what way we're supposed to have faith, but I don't think that that's what the universe and the Bible is trying to say. Oh, walk in faith and you'll be, walk in faith and you'll find God. That's not what the spirit is saying. The Mandelbrot set, it doesn't talk like that. When you go study it, that shit looks weird. Okay, that shit looks, no disrespect, that shit is crazy, like crazy confusing. Okay, but it's so simple. It's just a power trip. It's like a fucking with your third eye energy. These falling angels can easily be misguided by illusions, okay? It's when they have a set point. It's like these falling angels. It's crazy because these fallen angels, they're like literally coming from the graph. They're literally coming from the graph here. This looks like, a space is opening up in the clouds, right? So dark, and the space is opening up in the clouds, and we have angel wings, right? This looks like a graph. They're like literally coming from the graph. That's why we probably have 8, 6, and 2. Okay, so they only can go from a point left. They can only go from a point forward and back, and forward, back, height, depth, and time. They can only tap into that vibration and frequency because they're no longer going to heaven. Okay, this is why certain people fuck with you on your path, because once you surpass the 4th dimension and you go into the 5th and the 6th and the 7th and the 8th dimension, and fallen angels get upset. That's why the motherfuckers be standing clear and not doing anything to you. That's why you be learning how to do martial arts and all that extra shit to you here. You're very skillful because that's part of the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th and the 8th dimension and furthermore. Okay, so once you learn, once you know thyself, most importantly here, once you know, the rest is history, and it becomes like, you know, water. There's nothing more that I feel like this is listen, girl, you're just getting congratulated for this. And you're meeting this guy. You're meeting this girl, the exit card. I'm over here like shuffling for an exit card. You know, as I'm shuffling here, I'm getting all these powerful ass cards. We have roses here, romance is in the air, bird flying, news is on its way. We got the astral house of love. Then we got ring, the marriage will take place, either romantic or in business. We also have younger women here, building a relationship with a younger woman. Then we have pin here, new job / career. So I'm telling you, you may meet somebody new at a job or at a career. I don't know. And the color red is very significant. We have key here, successful outcome to your problems here. I'm gonna leave that all right here because, like, why not? That is so beautiful. Keep in mind, you could be a younger woman here, but you could be an older woman here, but you could be very useful because this deck that I'm using is very useful. Okay, we have key here, successful problem to your outcome. Look at this. Look at this flower. Yeah, something about a flower could be significant here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you guys are inquiring about a flower here, then there's something about like the 7th dimension. You should probably learn about your dimensions. Okay, if you're learning about the dimensions here, that means that there's a spiritual warfare coming up, or there's something like about there you need to be educated. Okay, because let's just say if somebody passes away, or you pass away, or there's like a ritual that you need to do so that you can successfully guide somebody to the other path, like, you know, Valhalla type shit. Valhalla, it's like a. Because, you know, when you get married, there's this part in the marriage where you have to give that person away. So I feel like you have to give somebody or give something away for you to go find your happiness with this guy, this girl, this business. But I feel like you meet somebody at your job, and, you know, it's something. Now, if you're with somebody, I see that it's time for you guys to get married now. Okay, it's time for you guys to get married. It's time for your daughter to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Okay, it's time. There's definitely feeling like, you know, somebody is earned their wings. They're good. It seems pretty important. This feels like a warfare, a spiritual warfare. And she had to choose her side. He had to choose her side, and she chose angels. She chose wings. Interesting. Take a look at my clothing line. I have a whole section of that. Just wings. There you go. Alright, so that's all that I have for you. I hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe, and to share. Look in the description box below. See what I have to offer you. Check out my Instagram. And until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye.